Hello lovely loomers, today I'll be showing you how to make the Libra bracelet, and this is the next one in the Zodiac series. So this is actually an old design that I made. It was the very first version of my Fly Mini and Fly High series, or bracelets, not series. I usually make a couple versions of a bracelet and then choose the one I like the best. I had this one to the side for a long time. It may look a little similar to those two designs, but yet it is still different. It's quick, easy, and the middle here, when upside down, reminds me of Libra. So I thought it would be perfect for today's video. So this is a loom design. It takes 129 bands total. The breakdown is very easy. For the border, you need 54. For the purple, you need 25. For the red, you need 25. And for the black, you need 25. Very easy. I'll have that down below just in case you forget when you're getting your bands together. But without rambling on too much, let's get those bands ready and I'll explain the loom setup and we can get started. To make this bracelet, you will want to have 1 to 2 looms. I use 2 looms to get it to fit around my wrist without an extension. It is a 1 loom wide design though, and you have it set up in a staggered position with the arrows facing away from you. I just set up the second loom right in front of it where the blue base is, and I do have a video showing you how to do that if you're not sure how to do it. So the bracelet that I'm making today comes out to be about 7 inches to 7 1/4 inches depending on the type of band that I use. If you think you need a bigger bracelet, you might even need a third loom connected in front of these two. That will depend on your wrist size, of course. And the first bands that you are going to decide on will be the border, which is this pink here. I am going to use this fuchsia color. And we will start by just laying one here in the center for when we close it. We'll go out to the left, out to the right, and we're just going to go up both sides. So I will just go up the right side. And we bring this all the way down to the end. We do bring it in on the second to last pin though. This is a really quick and easy design. So you can whip it up really fast, which is nice sometimes. I like longer ones too, but sometimes it's nice to just have a quick, easy one. You can make multiples. So I'm down here at the end and my hair is on it. Ooh, sorry about that. So we're down here at the end. We're just going to bring it in like that. And do the same thing on the left side. I don't normally like to mix like different style bands like limited edition, opaque, jellies. I usually like to use just one type of style band, but this particular bracelet seemed to work fine mixing them, so I'm going to try it again today and we will see. And just like on the right side, you're going to bring it in on the left, like that. So once you do that, go through, push all of these down, and we can start laying our next ones. So the next color you're going to choose is going to be the hot pink in the center here. I am going to use a pink sparkly jelly. And we're just going to be laying a horizontal band across every single row. So starting on the very first one, just going to lay it straight across. Second one, third. Now I would say to make sure that your bands are not twisted. because it makes it look much nicer when these are not all twisted up. So this is what we're going to do all the way down, and we do put this one on every single row. If mine are twisted, I'm just going to fix them at the end. I just skipped 2 by accident. Getting down to the end. And like I said, you lay it on the last row too. Every row. So once you do that, go through and push all of these down. Make sure they're not twisted. And then I will show you the next layer. So now we are going to choose the blue in this one. I am just going to use white. And once again, this is really easy. We're just going to lay a straight chain all the way down the center. So starting on the first one, and then just continue going straight all the way down. Just like that. Now push that down a good bit. We have one more set to lay. And that is going to be the white that's in here. So I'm going to use this blue color. And this time we are not going to lay it on the first row. We're going to come up to the second. And we're going to lay a horizontal one like we did the pink. Just like that. But we actually need it to go behind the pin. So you would grab the whole thing and pull it back so it sits behind it like that. Now you can do that when you're laying it if you want. Go to the side here. You can place it on the pin, stretch it back, wrap it behind the middle, and then connect it over here like so. You can do that when you're laying it. Or you can just lay them all straight across, come back when you're done laying them and pull them back, which is what I'm going to do. With these bands, it would be easy to do it while I'm laying them, but a lot of the tight bands, it's hard to do that. So I do it like this, and then I'll come back with my hook and pull it behind the pin when I'm done. So we will lay it on all of the pins, including the last one down at the end. Just remember, we only skipped the very first one. That's the only one that did not get this band. That was my last one. So now I am going to use my hook. It doesn't matter if you start at the back or in the front, but you're going to grab the entire band if you laid it like me, and then you're just going to pull it towards yourself and sit it behind the pin. So I'm going to do that real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have all mine done. I even pushed them down a little bit. So make sure your loom looks like this with them all pulled behind the center pin. And then you can turn your loom around so that the openings or arrows are facing you. And now we can get ready to start the looping process. So you will need to make sure you have your C-clip nearby, grab your hook, and then grab whatever color band you used for your border. And we are going to make a cap band on this front center pin so that we can start looping. So you're just going to place it on and wrap it around again, like so. Now we can start looping. So the first thing that we're going to do is grab that cap band and pull it to this pin over here. This is something we need to do for this first pin here that we loop. So let me zoom in a little. So the first thing we're going to do is go inside the center white chain to grab the pink horizontal band that's in here. Make sure you're grabbing it from inside that white chain. You're going to grab the band and pull it towards yourself and place it on that pin like that. This is something that you have seen me do in other videos, so it's not like a new step, at least not to my channel. This first one is the only one that can be considered a little tricky. The rest is simple in my opinion. So once you do that, we need to go in that pin. We're going to push back the band that we just laid there to grab this white one right there, the second band that's in there. So again, it's a little tight in there. If you kind of push your hook towards the right of the pin, it makes it easier. So you're going to push the band out of the way that we just laid there. Grab the second one, which is the white single chain. Make sure you're not grabbing any other band, only the white one. Sweep it off of the pin. It's going to be very tight and a lot of tension, and loop it forward. Like that. Once you have that looped, we are going to remove this cap band off of that pin, let it sit back on the center only, and then we're also going to release this one into the center, just like that. So we'll now come up to this row here. Before we loop the white band, the center single chain, we always have to go in the center and grab this horizontal band first. So go right here, grab that whole band, pull it towards yourself and sit it on the pin in front. And then we will go in that pin and you'll move the band that you just put there. You'll grab the only single white band down in that pin and you will take it off and loop it forward. You do not have to release it anymore. We only had to do that for down here. So again, we just looped this one. So you'll need to come up here, go in the center, grab the horizontal, pull it towards yourself and sit it on that pin. We'll go in that same one, push back the band that you just sat there. There's only one band now on that pin facing our direction, and you're just going to grab it. And you kind of have to shimmy it around the pin to get it off. It's very tight in there. Loop it forward. That's what we're going to do all the way up. So this is the one we just looped. We'll come in front of it and grab the entire horizontal pink band. Pull it towards yourself. Go in there and now grab the center single chain and pull it forward. You will alternate doing these two steps all the way up the center. And this is basically the design. It's very simple. Well, once you get the hang of this, it's very simple. If you're new, I could see this being tricky, but I've done this many times on my channel, this type of looping. So hopefully you guys can get it figured out. Just take your time. after I finish up, well, I'm hoping after I finish up the series, it might have to be done before that, but I have been trying to do one video a week since I've been back, and it's been working out so far. I mean, there's been 2 times I believe I had to push it until like Monday or Tuesday, but I like to do it Friday. I like to release it Friday or Saturday of each week. It is starting to get harder to come up with new designs because I need a lot of time to fiddle with the loom in order to create a new design, and time has not been on my side lately. So, as of right now, I still have a handful of designs to do, but time-wise and design-wise, I may have to start pushing it to once every 2 weeks, but I'm going to try not to do that, but I just want to warn you guys, it's all going to come down to what I can come up with and the amount of time I have. Right now, I'm still sticking to 1 time a week, but I just wanted to let you guys know just in case. So I just looped my last one forward. That's everything we're going to do for the center. We're going to come back to the very beginning. If you're not caught up, just hit the pause button. And all we have now left to do is the borders. So we're going to come in the center here, push the cap band back, bring the top one to the right. The second one will go to the left. I'm going to work up the left side, and we're going to just push everything out of the way to grab the very bottom band on that pin and loop it forward. And that's it. Just grabbing the very bottom band on every single pin and looping the border up. Just make sure you're getting in front of all of those layers to grab the bottom band. My air conditioner just kicked on. I don't know if you can hear it. It's pretty loud. Once you get to the top, just going to bring this one into the center, like so, and you will do the border on the right side. Exact same steps, you're just going to push everything on top out of the way. Grab the bottom and loop it forward. So I'm actually going to jump off camera to loop the right side of my border up. It's just a little bit easier, and I will be right back when I am done. So I am at the very top. I just want to remind you when you get there to bring the top into the center. And that is the last one that we have to loop. So at this point, there is that loose band for closing purposes up here at the top. So I like to grab a hold of that with one hand, and then we will go inside with our hook, and there are a lot of layers to get through, and just grab that very bottom one, which will be the other side of the band you're holding, bring it together, and that is where your C-clip will go. Now you can pull this one off of the loom without using your hook. You just want to do it carefully and section by section. If you feel better using your hook, you certainly can. I'm going to pull mine off, and I will show you mine when I am done. Alrighty, so there's mine off of the loom. If any of your centers are like popping out too much, You can pull it to the left and the right to get those to flatten out in the middle there. And then, of course, I always recommend stretching it up and down just to get things to kind of fall into place. To close it up, you're simply going to locate the cap band and this C-clip and pop them together. Very easy. And that's it. So that is my completed Libra bracelet. I hope you guys enjoyed this bracelet and tutorial, and I hope you found it easy and quick like me. If you do make one of your own, please find and tag me on Instagram under Loves to Loom. I look forward to seeing your designs, and I will see you all very soon at my next video. Thank you guys. Bye.